Hi, this is Raven Shambhala, and I just released a meditation on manifesting your goals, and this is the accompany talk to that meditation. We're at the beginning of a new year, and it's time to start to move in the direction of your life purpose. In this work, where I talk about the 100 chakra system, the concept is when all of your chakras are open and flowing, 1 through 7, you are at optimal. And then as we move up in our divine line, we start to become psychic, we start to become attuned to enlightenment, and most important, we are connected with our higher self, and we are connected with our life purpose. Most of the people that follow me are older souls, advanced souls, and we are here on purpose. We are volunteers to the planet at this time to have some positive effect, some positive exchange on the planet in our personal lives. Remember, the sports analogy is an analogy that I talk about in the 10 Cosmic Dimensions, one of my books. And I talk about kind of the spiritual hierarchy. And basically, humans are the athletes on the field. If you look at an NFL football team, we are the athletes on the field. We can score points. We can make touchdowns. We can run the ball. The coaches, which are on the sideline, are our guides or our angelic team. They're there to give us advice. They're there to encourage us. They're watching the game. They're invested in the game. They're hoping that we will score points, that we will move the football down the line. But from a guide perspective, they can't really affect change. They can't score a touchdown. That's not their role. So many of us have residence in the astral realm decided that we would incarnate to make something happen. And one of the first things you have to understand as you become a light worker and as you move forward in the ascension process is that you are here on purpose. Yes, you are a being of light. Yes, you are magical. Yes, you are gentle and kind, and the world right now seems very dark and abrasive. And you might wake up and say, what am I doing here on this planet? I feel like I'm very angelic. And how is my vibration in tune with what's going on in the world? And the answer is it's probably not. You are probably operating at a higher frequency than the general mass consciousness that is on the wheel of karma. So that's the first thing, is to believe that you're supposed to be here and get excited about your life and start to move in the direction of life, your life purpose. Because believe me, it's a lot more enjoyable to be existing up in the heavenly realms, up in the astral realms, and no one takes coming down to earth and incarnating and living an 80 to 100-year lifetime lightly. Everybody knows that the challenges, the difficulties, and the struggles of being in the body, of being in the political systems, of being in the monetary system. So we need to see this as a privileged lifetime, and we need to move forward in the direction of our life purpose. And as light workers, the purpose is first to heal yourself, especially if you have old baggage from your childhood, and then it's to move in the direction of being positive, a helper, a healer, a positive voice in the earth at this time. In order to manifest your goals, first tune into your life purpose. Everybody has an inkling about where they need to go next or what your life purpose is. If you don't, seek a counselor or go get a psychic reading. But for the most part, people know what they're supposed to be doing. Sometimes they might feel like the goal is too big or insurmountable, or it's going to take too much time and energy, or they're not going to have enough money to manifest it. So those are all blocks, and we just need to move out of it. From a guide's perspective, It's funny because the advanced light workers that they sent down to the planet, their primary objective is to get us onto our life purpose and to help us move forward in creating whatever positive change or frequency that we intended to create on the planet. From a guide's perspective, they're less concerned about how much debt we're in, or if we own our own home, or how we're going to retire, or if we get a chance to travel in Europe. Those are human goals. Those are all valid goals, but from an angelic guide team perspective, they plucked us out of very amazing, beautiful environments and said, please, will you incarnate down there on the earth? Not to have a big house and a healthy retirement and work a terrible corporate job that you hate in order to achieve those things. We incarnated you onto the earth at this time to make a positive difference, to touch someone's life, to create some action, to be a grounding force, to ground the light in. And those are the goals of the angelic teams over anything monetary. So that's the first thing, is tune into your life purpose. It might be very real possibility that you have to have a vocation, and your life purpose has nothing to do with the vocation. The vocation is just kind of providing the mechanism for you to receive the fundings to achieve your life purpose. So tune into what your life purpose is. Next, take bold action steps. Take a step every single day. Make a goal for what you would like to achieve in your present moment in this day. Give yourself the right to put yourself first, whether it's 2 hours of time, 4 hours of time, 6 hours of time, or maybe it's just making a few phone calls. Make a goal or have something that you want to accomplish that day, and tell yourself, I am going to accomplish that. I don't care about my fears. I'm going to do that educational program. I'm going to make some cold calls if you're starting a business. I'm going to help someone. I'm going to volunteer. I'm going to keep myself busy, moving myself in the direction I want my life to go. Just take one bold action step. Next, watch for doors opening and doors closing. If you are working with me and you're going to be following me into how to contact your angelic team, how to channel, you may have more access to your guides in terms of directions in which to go. But a lot of us are just using our intuition, which is also another way for tuning into our guides, and we're simply observing how life is going. I always tell people, watch for doors opening and then watch for doors closing. So sometimes, for example, we get a business partner, but we start to notice they're slowing us down, or they're not doing their work, or they couldn't fulfill a responsibility. And instead of taking that personally, just reassess, is this a door closing? Should I try a different avenue? Should I go around to a different corner? If you are attuned in your chakras, if you are attuned to your higher purpose, doors magically open. And as a psychotherapist for years and years and years, hearing story after story about, I thought I was going to retire and buy a small piece of property, but when I went looking, I find a home and I get a nudge, buy this space because it has a community setting and I can do events here, and maybe it's more than I can afford, but if I can start doing community events, I'm moving in the direction of my life purpose. So many stories about when you are attuned, doors simply open. A door opens, you step through. Likewise, if doors start to close, reevaluate if that's a direction that you should be going in, or if that's a person that you should be working with. Now, as we are taking bold action steps, which is a very yang energy, yin and yang, remember, yang is aggression, moving forward, making something happen. We also need to balance that with yin energy, which is allowing, receiving, accepting, and being patient with divine timing. Sometimes we set goals for ourselves, and as they're actually manifesting in the time stream, it slows down, and the transition or the manifestation of the goal takes longer than we thought. So there's a balance between being aggressive and moving forward, and then relaxing and allowing, being patient, and being in divine timing. So it's a little bit of a dance between making things happen and then allowing things to happen, and watching as your life unfolds for those doors. Who comes into your life? Who provides an opportunity? And if you meditate, if you clear your chakras, if you are attuned as a light worker and you're on your ascension process, I guarantee you have a lot of support from the astral realms, from the light realms. They want you to achieve your goals, and doors will open for you, and they'll open effortlessly. Use the affirmation, I rest in perfect faith. I am a vehicle for the divine. I simply take my action step, and then I see what's coming next. I wait to see. And the next day I get up, I take another bold action step, and then I wait to see. And in this way, we will be able to manifest in the direction of our life purpose. Just do it. Sometimes people come in and they're like, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, you know exactly what to do. Believe in yourself and just do it. In the action of doing in the present moment, you lose sense of time. You're just doing it. In the action of thinking about whether or not you can or cannot do it, you're not in the present moment. You're in some place of lack of self-confidence, lack of self-esteem. Stop, put it aside, and just do it. Put down distractions. Turn off the cell phone. Allow yourself to focus, and you will move in the direction of your life goals and your life purpose. Om, peace, amen. This is Raven Shambhala. Thank you for joining me. And remember, the meditations are key, because that's what's going to clear your chakra line. That's what's going to remove all obstacles and negative energy. And that's what's going to align you to creative life force and your life purpose. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Om, peace, amen. Thank you for joining me.